to our participants from UTM, from yeah, I forgot the name of the university. Where is it? Okay, from Universitas Lampung. Alright, from Unpri, Universitas Prima Indonesia, from VIT, from Andalas, from University Andalas, from Unsri, Universitas Sriwijaya, and if I've not forgotten, from VIT as well, from India, right? So from wherever you are, right, across Asia, okay, good morning from Malaysia. I hope you are all well, right, and ready for our next session today, which is with a very special guest from UTEM. But before that, I would like to remind everybody, okay, to register your attendance. Okay, firstly is for the participants from the universities, the respected universities. Okay, from Universitas Lampung, Unpri, VIT, University Andalas, and Unsri, and UTEM as well. So please register your attendance. The link is available in the chat box, or okay, I'm putting it now in the Q&A box for those who cannot see the chat box, right? So I'm putting it now in the Q&A box, right, for the registration of the mobility students for the respective universities lah, right? Sorry, because of the la, because we are Malaysian, we like to use la all the time. So every sentence there's a la at the back, right? So sorry about that if that happens from time to time. Okay, so if you are living in Malaysia, you talk in English, you always hear people always say la at the back here and then. All right. Another announcement is I've been told by Dr. Azisha there will be other guests from other institution, right? For other institutions registration link, you can, okay, I'm putting it now in the Q&A box, right? Another discussion, another one. I'm putting it now for the other group, okay? For other registration for other participants. Okay, so for other participants is those who are actually from other organization, right? Okay, I'm putting it in the chat box as well. So hopefully, for those who get hold can see the chat box, can register there, and in the Q&A box you can register in the Q&A box. Okay, all right. So without further ado, okay, I would like to introduce a little bit about our special guest for today, which is Dr. Azli Shah. His full name is Dr. Muhammad Azli Shah bin Osman. He's a colleague of mine, a good colleague of mine, very humble guy, very enthusiastic, very good supervisor. He's very experienced. He's been with UTEM for 23 years, right? His research is more into the RF, radio frequency, microwave, terahertz research engineering. Okay, he did his PhD and he got his PhD at University of Nottingham with CMOS devices, right? With CMOS devices. And he is very experienced with a number of PhD students already graduated under his guidance as supervisor, a lot of master students by research under his supervision, and a lot more students for the final year project for the undergraduate studies, right? He's a very funny guy, right? Okay, if you are close to him, you know that he's and with lots of ideas for research, for projects, for everything. So for those who watch this, okay, if you want to collaborate with him, he's open every time. I'm promoting for him now. Okay, so now he is going to talk about his new passion, okay, which is the ChatGPT, right? So hopefully we can get lots of information from him. Okay, what the ChatGPT is about. Okay, the title of his talk is in artificial intelligence in education, exploring ChatGPT and cutting edge AI tools for international academics. Okay, so Dr. Alisha, okay, without further ado, okay, with all due respect, I present to you the session. So the session is yours. Please proceed.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Dr. Sadiki, my colleague, my friend. Uh, Okay, for today, I will show some of presentation about the AI. Okay, screen SMB pula dah. Sorry. Okay, can you see my slide?
Okay, clear, Dr. Sisha. Clear, clear.
Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning. So for today, I will talk about artificial intelligence in education, exploring ChatGPT and cutting-edge AI tools for international academics. And my name is T.S. Muhammad, Dr. Muhammad Azli Syah bin Osman from Faculty of Kejuruteraan Elektronik and Kejuruteraan Komputer, Universiti Teknikal Malaysia Melaka. So for today is 14 September 2023. So for today, we will talk about how the AI can be used in education, and we can see how the technologies based on ChatGPT and all AI tools that can help students and also can help some of the lecturers to do their works, to give more productivity in their works. Okay. Sorry. All right. So artificial intelligence is transforming education through innovative application like ChatGPT. This presentation will provide an overview of how AI is enhancing teaching and learning globally. So we will look in this webinar regarding about how you can fully utilize the AI, especially in generative AI. Generative AI is like text to text, text to image, text to video, text to audio. There's a lot of AI tools that you can use in education. Okay. So firstly, we need to know what is an AI, artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence refers to a computer system that can perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence, such as visual, perception, speech, recognition, and decision making. So if you want to see is how the AI works, is about how they give some of decision making in instant. If you try the ChatGPT, if you have tried ChatGPT before, so you can ask the ChatGPT, what can I do with this kind of ingredients? What can I make out? What can I cook with this kind of ingredient? So in instant, you can get all of these results from what the ChatGPT can give it to you from the AI. So this is a decision making, a very fast decision making, and they can solve a very complex problem. So they can solve the complex problem very fast. And also it can increase the accuracy and perform high level of computation. Okay. So artificial intelligence inside the AI itself, where AI is a program that can sense, reason, act, and adapt. So you can sense, the AI itself can sense and give a reason and can adapt with the environment and act what you ask for them to act. So it is that kind of AI that we are looking at now. So inside the AI itself, they have two other things, is a machine learning and deep learning. The machine learning is algorithm whose perform to improve as they exposed to more data over time, while deep learning is subset of machine learning in which multi-layer neural network learn from vast amount of data. So machine learning is where you give an input to the computer, and then computer will do their process and then give the results. While deep learning, the computer will learn from what the previous input, and give an prediction for another results. At this stage, we have three stages of artificial intelligence. The first beginning, we have Siri, Alexa, Cortana. This is all kind of sort of AI that we use. This is called a machine learning, whereby you ask Siri or you will ask Alexa from Google or from Prime, from Amazon to do like, okay, Alexa, play music from what? Alexa, what be my schedule for today? So you can ask using that kind of smart home smart home uh, devices. Okay, and the next stage is artificial intelligence, whereby we are currently using this at the moment, where they have an AI, like say you have generative AI like text to text, like ChatGPT, text to image like Midjourney, Dali, and then you have text to video, Cynthia, IO, text to audio, you have Humax, IO. There's a lot of tools that AI that been developed by previous programmers. So you can use that to increase your productivity of work. Okay. And at the moment, this is where we are in this stage, AGI. And the topmost one is the ASI, the stage 3, where all the machine have their consciousness. So they will learn and they will learn and they will have the consciousness, like they have emotion, like sad, happy, that kind of thing. See, I think in 5 years' time, there will be an AI with consciousness. Okay. This is some of the key capability of AI, where the machine learning algorithms they improve through experience. And then we have NLP, natural language processing. Okay, is the understanding human language. For your information, in ChatGPT, for AI, generative AI, text to text, normally in ChatGPT, they have learned around hundred of thousand of data understanding the human language, whereby we know in Malaysia we have Malay language, Chinese language, Indian language. In Sabah Sarawak we have Kadazan, Iban language. So a lot of languages they have learned inside this Chat GPT. So it's a hundred, thousand of hundreds of languages that they will understand, they will learn. And also they have computer vision, interpreting visual input. This is where we look at example of Midjourney, Dali, Microsoft Designer, where you put the text and the output will be the image. This kind of things that the capability of AI. As I mentioned before, this is a machine learning where you give an input, the features extraction, and then classification will do inside the machine learning itself and then give an output. Okay, while the deep learning they will learn features extraction inside the machine itself and do the classification and give some output. Is it a car or not car, or car or not car from the deep learning itself? Okay, this is some of features or some of example that can be used for the artificial intelligence in our life. They can be a personal assistant, NLP, deep learning, simulation model, machine translation, social network analysis, machine learning, robotic and soft robotic. I will show you some of the application AI in our life. Internet of Things, image analytics, graph analytics, audio analytics, and visualization. This is some of the example that we can use in artificial intelligence. Okay, I will show you one of the example in education, AI in education. Okay, wait for a minute. I will share again, include computer sound, screen. Okay, wait. Okay, this is some of the potential AI application in education that's been done in China for last 3 years back, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
红色是表示你的专注力显示的很高。
Teachers at this primary school in China
蓝色是走神了，
know exactly when someone isn't paying attention.
白色就是你可能跟网络还没有连接好。
These headbands measure each student's level of concentration. The information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents.
做出选择吧 Good job!
Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations. There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes. These gadgets have alarmed Chinese netizens. But schools say it wasn't hard for them getting parental consent to enroll kids into what is one of the world's largest experiments in AI education. A program that's supposed to boost students' grades while also feeding powerful algorithms. For this 5th grade class, the day begins with putting on a brainwave sensing gadget. Students then practice meditating.
现在想象我们眉心有一点柔和的光芒绽放。
The device is made in China and has 3 electrodes, 2 behind the ears and 1 on the forehead. These sensors pick up electrical signals sent by neurons in the brain. The neural data is then sent in real time to the teacher's computer. So while students are solving math problems, a teacher can quickly find out who's paying attention and who's not.
说明这段时间他是有点在那走神的。
A report is then generated that shows how well the class was paying attention. It even details each student's concentration level at 10-minute intervals. It's then sent to a chat group for parents.
就是他可以看到每个人的评分。
So you can see this is some of the technologies using AI in the classroom in China itself, whereby the kids will use this device. And for those who not pay attention, there will be a white light in front of these devices. If the student is pay attention, there will be a red in front of these devices. So all devices will be checked with their activities in the neural brain, and they will send to the teachers, and then the teachers will know which student is paying attention or not. If the student is it the student is in pay attention, or they are yawning, or they are, let's say, they are playing something, so they are not playing pay attention. So this kind of device can detect, and once they detect, they will give an alarm to the teachers, and also the data will be sent to their parents, so they will know, okay, for today my kids is not paying attention in the class. So after going back in the home, you can ask your kids, what happened to this class? Why do you don't pay attention? This kind of things is a future application in AI in education itself. Okay. Another thing is IDA, is the robot that been developed by University of Oxford. This IDA can do an arts. This robot can draw an arts and also painting and arts. Okay, this kind of AI where they have some key components in this robotic system. The ability of robot to sense the environment, so they know the environment and use the information collected by sensors, and ability of the robot to improve the performance over a time, where this robot will learn. Since this is AI, they will learn and keeping learns and learn to know how to draw and how to do the painting very well in the future. Some other example is in the medical, whereby this is one of the example that been used as AI. They use for knee surgery AI in India last 3 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's turn to today's good news. Today's story, it comes from Lucknow, where artificial intelligence is transforming medicine. the ortho robo that's completely AI driven.
Artificial intelligence, AI, an ever-evolving field, is transforming the world we live in, unleashing wonders that were once unimaginable. Now, artificial intelligence is transforming lives in Lucknow in the field of medical science. This is an ortho-robo performing a knee replacement surgery, all made possible courtesy AI. And this is a game changer in Uttar Pradesh, as this AI-powered robo will now perform more ortho procedure in Lucknow's Apollo Medics.
This is a most advanced active robotic system. Active means कि हम इसमें सर्जिकल प्लानिंग करते हैं और वो सर्जिकल प्लानिंग सर्जन अपने एक्सपीरियंस के हिसाब से पेशेंट की बॉडी के हिसाब से करता है तब उस सॉफ्टवेयर को सेव करके और रोबोट में कनेक्ट कर दिया जाता है.
So how does this work? All the information is fed into the robo and then it works on its own, performing the surgery directly.
0.1 मिलीमीटर तक एक्यूरेट होता है और अगर आप मैनुअल सर्जरी और रोबोटिक सर्जरी की बात करें तो मैनुअल सर्जरी 70% एक्यूरेट तो दिस इज 95% एक्यूरेट.
From revolutionizing industries to enhancing everyday life, AI has proven to be a catalyst for progress and innovation. Bureau Report, India Today.
So as you can see, this kind of AI in medical, where they create a robot that can perform a knee surgeries. So normally if they do the surgery is 75% is accurate, but using the AI robot is 95% accurate. So you can see how accurate if you are using the AI to do your work actually.
Let's turn to today's good.
Okay. So we have AI and society where opportunities and challenges. Some of the positive impact of AI where we have AI can be used automatically tasks, freeing human to focus on creative and strategic work. Personalized products and services can be used to personalize products and services, making more relevant and useful for each individual. From previous video, we can see it can improve the healthcare when using the robot. And also from previous video, we can learn that the AI can improve your education by providing personal learning experience. And also with AI, also you can improve the transportation by self-driving cars like Tesla, autonomous cars, autonomous vehicle in the future. Okay, some of the AI robot that can be used in agriculture and also in the warehouse.
To really eliminate waste, to really get to that next level of sustainability and impact, we want to give each plant exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't.
A big part of our mission is to grow more with less, and so we designed these robots to always consider how we could grow with less water and less electricity.
It does use hydroponics, which definitely helps us with water, but it also requires the data and the AI to understand what does that plant need at any given moment. What's happening here is we have these sensors that plug into the module and they check the nitrogen content. They check the potassium and phosphorus and acidity. And then they say, what is missing? What does that plant need that we're not giving it? I think we're now at a stage where most people understand that conditions are only getting worse. I mean, here in California, we're entering yet another extreme drought condition. We are getting wildfires every single year for weeks on end. Change has to happen. Change has to happen for us, for our kids, and so on.
This is where you can see what happened when we use the AI and robots to do this farming process. So in agriculture process, so we can save our earth, whereby because of certain area have like California itself, every year they have a fires in all their areas. So this one can reduce the carbon footprint by using the AI and also the robots. Another one is inside the Alibaba warehouse, whereby they're using the automated AI robot to do their work. Okay. So as you can see, this is the innovation, the AI, and also the robots they use for the warehouse in the factories. So you can see that a lot of AI application had been used in our living, in our living, such in the warehouse, healthcare, in our home. We have some smart home and others. Okay.
To really eliminate waste.
There's also a negative impact of AI where it leads to job displacement. AI could lead to job displacement as machine more capable of doing more and more tasks than are currently done by human. And also increase in inequality. AI could increase inequality as those owned and controlled by AI technology benefit disproportionately from its use. And also pose a security risk as AI could be hacked or used to spread misinformation or propaganda, and also for malicious purposes could misuse for such as developing autonomous weapons or creating deepfake that can be used to deceive people. So for all of the students, since the AI gives some of the negative impacts such as job displacement, so it is your task to start from now to learn the AI technology. So you are the controller of the AI. So you can develop your own AI. You can help some of the companies that doing AI. So this is what we can do in order to close this lead to the job displacement. Some of the jobs have been tried by AI is from the IBM in last March, whereby the IBM is to replace 7,800 people and replace it by AI from the IBM. And also British Telecom in May 2023, where the company British Telecom BT to cut up to 55,000 jobs and replace it with AI. So this is kind of things that will make us scared because of the AI itself. But put aside the negative one, and put inside of your mind with the positive of AI, where you need to learn AI for the future of your job. Okay. So we come back to AI in education. We are focusing on generative AI, whereby the generative AI is one of type artificial intelligence use machine learning algorithm to create new and original content such as image, video, text, and audio. This is from a database. A neural network consists of various information of media like image, text, data, sound, etc. form of basis of artificial intelligence. As I mentioned before, such as generative AI such as ChatGPT, Cloud, Bard, Google Bard, Microsoft Bing, they've been learned. Their AI have been learned a lot of uh, thousands of terabytes of data. So they learn from books, from website, internet, and also from journals, from all kinds of news. So this is forming a big database that can be used by generative AI to develop new and original contents. The second one is the way we prompt it, where the user provides an AI with description of sample of the desired content. Prompts can be used user submitted material like words, numbers, or photos. As you can see in the chat GPT, you can put your command by text. And if I'm not mistaken, in Bard, they have been upgrade whereby you can put photos in the Bard, Google Bard, and ask the Google Bard about the photos. So this is kind of things where the users can give an input uh, with a prompting, so you can use it. Okay. And also, it can also generate a contents, such as if you are content creators, you can use it as a copywriter. Some of you is marketing, so you can use as a marketing strategies to use a ChatGPT, Google Bard, Cloud to do your content. And also, you can create a new video using the chat using some of your technologies, and also you can create a songs or musics from this kind of generative. I will show you some demos after this, how you can use some of the AI tools for free to create this kind of things. Okay, how can we relate GPT or generative pre-trained AI in our education? So one of breaking AI innovation in education is ChatGPT, launched by OpenAI, the company itself by Sam Altman. In November 2022, ChatGPT is conversational AI chatbot powered by large language model trained by OpenAI. The Anthropics is for the cloud, to be helpful, harmless, and honest through reinforcement learning. As I mentioned before, it been developed by OpenAI, an advanced language model. Virtual assistant capability enables engineers of users to interact and obtain support for code generation, technical documentation, and troubleshooting. You can use the ChatGPT in engineering, marketing, SEO, search engine optimization. You can use the ChatGPT to do all kind of things to improve your work, to improve your business, and to improve your productivity as a student, as a lecturer, as a researchers. Okay. Train of extensive data, ChatGPT understand and generate human-like text response, but the limitation data is until 2021. So as I mentioned on my previous webinar, when you are using the ChatGPT, please again, after you use it, please read again the results, because sometimes since the data is limit until 2021, if you ask for the references, normally ChatGPT will have a hallucination, so they don't give directly the reference that you want to use it. So there are other tools that you can use to get update references. You can use such as Cloud. You can use Perplexity. I will show you the demo after this about how to use that. Okay. ChatGPT also can answer questions on a wide range of topics, generate original essay, code, and more. As I mentioned previously, you can ask anything to ChatGPT, so the ChatGPT can give you the answers and explain concept in simple terms, provide creative ideas and suggestions, and admit mistakes and refuse inappropriate requests. Okay, they can admit the mistake if you ask, and then they give you the wrong answer, and then you can say that you are wrong, I'm right, so they will admit their mistakes. Okay. ChatGPT also allows educators to quickly create a lesson plan, quizzes, assignment, provide personalized instruction and feedback, offer extra help outside the classroom, engage students with interactive discussion, and free up time for higher value work. Since the ChatGPT is good to the educators, such as teachers, such as lecturers, such as researchers, they can create a lesson plan for their subject, and also you have quizzes, assignment, test question, final exam question, so you can ask the ChatGPT to do that. Provide personal instruction and feedback. Sometimes you need to have some instruction you want to use, such as you have equipment. Let's say you have equipment for let's say vector network analyzer for electronic in RF. So you want to use it, how to use it. So you can ask the ChatGPT how to use the vector network analyzer. If you have a new type of refrigerator or new type of smart TV, yeah, so you can ask the ChatGPT how to use it, how to optimize to use that kind of things. And also offer extra help outside the classroom. So if you're doing some of the activities, so the ChatGPT can give you some of example activities outside the classroom you can use to improve your teaching and learning. Engage student with interactive discussion. So sometimes you can ask the student interactive question. So they need to think, and then sometimes they can use the AI to help them. Okay, free up time for higher value work. So with this kind of AI, they can reduce their workload, and then you can use that free time to do something else in your line of work. Okay. For students, ChatGPT enables to getting homework help 24/7. You can use your ChatGPT to help your homework, but please bear in mind, as I mentioned before, the ChatGPT have their limitation on the data up to 2021, and also have a hallucination in terms of references. So please check and recheck again after you use the ChatGPT if you are doing your homework or your assignment. Assessing explanation at their own pace, practicing writing skill throughout essay drafting. So you can ask ChatGPT to draft what kind of work do your assignment have been your task. So if you don't have any idea, or you have a writer block term whereby you don't have any idea to do that, this is a writer block. So you can ask the ChatGPT to do the outline for your work. Exploring new topics throughout conversational prompts and receiving feedback to improve learning. While powerful, ChatGPT has also the limitation, as I mentioned before. The response may contain factual errors. Sometimes they give some errors. So as an AI, they need to learn. As a human, also you need to learn. So this is the process where AI relearn, learn, and relearn again. Okay, from the mistakes. Language model lack common sense, limited knowledge beyond 2021 training data. Can I actually teach complex concepts? Sometimes some of the complex they don't understand, so you need to prompt it properly. Okay, and raises concern about academic integrity. So when you're doing the ChatGPT, when you're doing the assignment using the ChatGPT, so that is the way the academic integrity comes, whereby some of you just copy and paste from the ChatGPT to send for assignment, and sometimes including as a part of programming language. There is a line in the ChatGPT. Sometimes they will say as a part of programming language. That kind of sentences also you just copy and paste inside your assignment. So please check, and recheck again your assignment. Eh? Please don't totally depends on ChatGPT. Okay. This is some of differences of generative AI that can be used others than ChatGPT. We have ChatGPT 3.5 is a free version. We have ChatGPT 4 is a paid version, 20 USD per month. We have Cloud 2 is a free version also, but some can access, but some cannot access. But it's a free, and also you have Microsoft Bing, it's a free version. They have a token for each GPT. They have a token limit whereby ChatGPT 3.4 roughly around 9,000 words equals to 60,000 token. ChatGPT 4 is 6,000 words, but Cloud 2 roughly is 75,000 words. So you can use the Cloud 2 more to do an essay project or whatsoever. For Bard, there is no limit at the moment, but still, for me, Bard and also Bing is not very convenient to use because it's quite slow. Differ from ChatGPT. ChatGPT much more faster response. In terms of summarizing, in terms of web browsing, you can web browsing using ChatGPT 3.5. You can use it with a plugin ChatGPT 4. Cloud, yes. Cloud 2, still you can use some of it. You can no, there is none for the Cloud 2, and yes for the Bard. For summarizing long content, ChatGPT 3.5 is the best. Second is ChatGPT 4 with plugin. Cloud 2, yes, but Google Bard, you cannot do the summarizing the long content. Image recognition, none for ChatGPT 3.5. ChatGPT 4, yes. None for Cloud 2, but yes in Bard 2, in Bard, Google Bard. Data analysis, copy and paste text in ChatGPT 3.5, yes. GPT 4, Cloud 2, and Bard. In terms of creativity, the best one is ChatGPT 4. Second best, Chat 3.5. Cloud 2 is the third. The worst is Bard. For the coding, let's say you have HTML or CSS, or you have Visual Basic, or you want to know the irony IoT codes, so you can use this kind of generative AI. In terms of accuracy, is the tie for second, the least one. The most is Bard, because they have web browsing capabilities. And for the availabilities, for ChatGPT 4, 163 countries. For Cloud 2, at the moment is UK and US, but some of Malaysian and also in Singapore, in Indonesia, some of the users can be used and some other cannot be used. It depends. And but is in 230 countries. Okay, this is some of the difference. Yeah, using the generative AI. As I mentioned previously, AI can be applied in education to personalize learning, provide adaptive assessment, enhance student feedback, automate administrative process, and identify any risk student. Educators should vet ChatGPT output for accuracy. So since you are working with ChatGPT and students are using the ChatGPT, so the best way is to vet the ChatGPT output from the student. How to vet it? You can upload it into the AI detector, GPT-0. Okay, I will show you after this. Students should not present its responses as their own work, and school or university should update academic policies as needed. It depends on the universities. Some universities can use the ChatGPT, but you need to use it in proper way. OpenAI constantly training ChatGPT to improve safety and quality. Beyond ChatGPT, another promising AI application in education is intelligent tutoring system. Some of AI tools in tutoring system. AI grading tools provide fast feedback on the written work, simulated virtual environment for immersive learning, predictive analytics to identify at-risk student, and AI-driven initiative to process the automation. This is some of the application that can be used in education. Another things, you can use the AI grading tools. At this moment, I've tried one, but it's not very convenient, because if your students have a bad handwriting, they give you 0. Although they have a good proper steps to answer the question, but since your student have a bad handwriting, the AI will detect zero. There's no marks for that. So I think that kind of things need more improvement in the future. Maybe the handwriting itself, the AI will detect the handwriting in a better way in the future. Okay. Calculate written works and provide feedback. Algorithm analyze factor like grammar, structure, coherence, use of hidden logic, similarity to other works. Score and feedback help students to improve their skill efficiently. So this is AI tools can improve, and they know this is your grammar is not good, your handwriting is not good based on the algorithm, and the evidence is not enough. So you need to top up your evidence to support your argument in your essay, some of that. So this kind of tools, they are all available in the internet, but bear in mind some of tools are very not very good at the moment because of the way they give the marks to the student in is not very good. So the student will be, as a educators, kita akan rasa kesian lah because the mark is not very good to the student when using this AI grading tools. Another thing is VR, virtual reality, and AR, augmented reality, are creating immersive simulation for experiential learning. Benefit including engaging learners through interactivity, providing safe environment to practice skill, enabling visualization of abstract concept, allowing access to location and situation otherwise not possible. So at the moment, this kind of technology are trying to push using the AI. So at the moment, in Malaysia itself, I do not know where can we use this AR and VR for education at the moment. But if I'm not mistaken, there is some institution in Malaysia, in universities, has been experimental this kind of technology in their education, in teaching and learning. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, in the US and the UK, they started this VR and AR, so they can reduce the cost of buying some of experiment tools, whereby uh, you just use your VR or AR and do the augmented reality to pick up your tools experiment. Let's say you want to do some etching process for PCBs, for electronics and electrical. So you can use the AR VR technology to pick up your PCB to do the etching process, and then to measure your results from the etching process. You can measure your current, your voltage. You can put your chip inside of it based on AR and VR. So this kind of things can be used in the future and to reduce the dependings on our equipment, on our experiment equipment. Okay. But in order to get this is quite expensive right now. Maybe in the future, the price will be much cheaper than now. If I'm not mistaken, Google itself have been established using the VR AR. And recently, if not mistaken, in May, the Apple itself, Apple give Apple itself create the AR VR for the people who want to buy and use it, but there's still some limitation on the software, on the content itself. So they are trying to push it the content inside the AR and VR. Okay. So predictive analysis applies data mining and machine learning to identify risks and forecast outcomes. In education, it assists with detecting students at risk of failure by using the AIs. As I show you the video from the China where they use to detect based on the waveform. So you can know uh, how this student can perform and to reduce the risk of failure of that student. Okay, optimizing the recruitment and admission, improving graduation rates. So with this kind of technology, when the student use that kind of AI technology, they can improve their rates of marks in their education. Monitoring student well-being, and also you can forecast the career trajectories based on this AI. So as a conclusion, The ChatGPT itself offers revolutionary potential for transforming education workflow. You can use the ChatGPT to do all the works you want to use. You have the real-time assistant and domain-specific recommendation enhance the productivity. And you staying update with AI advancement, maximize the benefit of ChatGPT integration. With the ChatGPT, you can use the API to develop all kind of software and apps you want to use it to help your productivity, to increase your productivity for your work. NLP, natural language processing capabilities enable tasks such as idea generation and insight. You can ask the ChatGPT to give some ideas to do what kind of work they want to use. And awareness of limitation, critical thinking are essential when using the ChatGPT. So you need to aware that the limitation of the ChatGPT itself when you use this ChatGPT. Okay. So right now I will show you the demonstration using the ChatGPT, using the proper prompting at ChatGPT and some of the AI tools for your productivity work, focusing on education. Okay. Sharing again. All right. So as you can see, this is ChatGPT 3.5, the free version, and also the ChatGPT 4. If you subscribe, if you have subscribed to ChatGPT 4, they have additional advanced data analytics and also plugins. Okay, this advanced data analytics previously named as the code interpreters. Okay, in ChatGPT 5. 3.5 is a free version, so you can ask anything you want to ask. Let's say you are a student, you can ask the ChatGPT to do some of the outline of your of your work. Let's say act as academic writer. You have been tasked to write an articles about.
Sorry, Doctor, do you share the screen?
Uh, I did share the screen. Can you again?
Yeah, we cannot see the screen.
Can you see the screen?
All right. Okay, good.
Okay. This is ChatGPT 3.5. Okay. Let's say you are a student and you've been tasked to do some writing and article writing about, let's say, climate change and AI. As an academic writer, act as an academic writer. You have been tasked to write an article about climate change and AI. AI. Give an outline for this article. Okay. So when you go enter, they give a title, introduction, understanding, power of AI in climate changes, AI climate data analysis, enhancing sustainability through AI, policy ethical, futures climate change and AI, conclusion, references, and you can ask whatever you want, such as write an introduction in 150 words with an academic tone. Okay. Say this is the introduction that been run by the AI itself by ChatGPT. Okay. So what you can do, you just copy and paste into your words if you are doing assignment. Okay. So let's say you want to ask ChatGPT others than climate change because this is what you are doing right now. You can go to this one. This is what you have done. You can go for new chat. Okay. So let's say you want to have a holiday in, let's say, in Jakarta or Bandung. So you can ask the ChatGPT to plan your itinerary. So act as an travel agency. You've been asked by your client to give an itinerary uh, holiday holiday for 4 days, 3 nights in Bandung and Jakarta. Suggest to the client the best itinerary that suggest to the client the best itinerary and the best spots to visit in the area. So you can see they automatically give the suggestion for the itinerary for Bandung and Jakarta visit. So day one, arrival in Bandung, arrive at International Airport in Bandung, check in on your hotel, fresh up, Tangkuban Perahu, visit Tangkuban Perahu, and evening head to Dusun Bambu Family Leisure Park for the delightful dinner. And then the second day, go for the Bandung City Tour. So you go to Kawah Puteh, explore the Ranca Upas Deer Conservation Park. At the evening, go for shopping at Jalan Braga. And third day, going to the Jakarta and have check out from Bandung Hotel, drive to the Jakarta around 2 to 3 hours. And then the afternoon, you can visit Monas, the national monuments. And then evening, you can have enjoy your dinner at Sky Bar and Restaurant. And then in the fourth day, you have Taman Mini Indonesia Indah, the cultural park in Jakarta and Ancol Dreamland. And then in the evening, you have a quick refresh and go back to the international airport for your departure. So this kind of things you can use in using the ChatGPT. If you are student, if you are a travel agent, if you are marketing, you have SEO, or whatever work you have done. At the same time, you can ask the ChatGPT to transform this kind of itinerary into a table. Okay. Present this trip in a table form. Okay. As you can see, the ChatGPT automatically will do it in a table form. Okay. The day, activities, meal, overnight. Okay. So day one, activities, what meal do you have, where, and then where is the hotel you do want to overnight. So this kind of things make your life much more easier. So you can copy and paste and send it to your friends, okay, or to your clients. This is some of the ChatGPT you can use. Let's say you want to go back to your work, so you can click up this button and then click the AI climate changes right now. Very slow. Okay, sometimes because of the server, so the ChatGPT is full, so it's quite slow. Okay. As I mentioned, okay, here, come out. This is the introduction in 150 words with academic tone, okay? Let's say you want to continue your work. Okay, give an literature review on issues of climate changes, including 5 references using IEEE citation style. So yang ini yang saya cakap tadi, they give the citation. Okay, number 8, number 7, number 6. But you need to check, betul tak citation ni ada ke tidak? Is this the real citation? Okay, so what you can do, let's say you ambil satu ni, wujud ke tidak citation yang dibuat ni? Atau is full of hallucination? Paste. You see, there is no result found for this kind of references. So please bear in mind, don't use this kind of AI. Don't use the ChatGPT to ask for the references. Okay, because ChatGPT will do the hallucination process. They will create their own references. Okay, for academician, please be aware of this kind of things. What you can do is you can use perplexity. Okay. You can use perplexity. Perplexity AI. Okay, you can just use your question. Control C. Control V. Okay, give a literature review on issues of climate changes using 5 references using IEEE citation. Okay. Will buat ni. Okay. Alright. So they create this literature review. Okay. We ask the perplexity to give 5 references. So dia bagi berapa banyak references? 6 references alright. So kita kena check betul ke tidak? Is it true you are using this kind of references? So copy. Control C, betul ke tidak? Control V. Ada ke tidak? So you need to check again and again, because some of the AI itself give some hallucination. Okay, this is using perplexity. Sorry. The other things you can use is in ChatGPT. If you want to use a new ChatGPT 4, if you are buying the monthly or you subscribe the monthly, you can use the data analysis. Okay, whereby let's say you input Kaggle dataset. Okay, for your information, this is where you can get a lot of dataset you want to use. This is free. They're sharing into this website. Let's say we got this one, renewable energy dataset. Okay, download this dataset. Okay, and then renewable energy. Go to the ChatGPT again. So you put the CSV file inside this ChatGPT and then explain to me what is this data set. Like I am 5 years old kids. So they're doing the process to understand what is this data set is about. Empty. Okay, sorry. So kalau empty kita cari data set yang lain. Kalau apa yang ada. Tak pun saya share the video. I will share the video. Okay, this is one of last time webinar. I share how to use the code interpreter, or now is data analysis. So you can upload your file. You can get the data set from Kaggle. For those who are doing secondary data, you can use this Kaggle website to get the data and then use it for your project, whether it's in whether you are doing in business management, engineering. So you can use all this kind of data in here. Okay. For this case, I'm using the electrical vehicle population data. I download it and then I upload the file. And then I ask the ChatGPT to explain to me about this data set. So they give you what is inside this kind of data set. You have VIN, country, city, state, postal code, model year, make, model, electrical vehicle type, CFBV, eligibility, electric range, vehicle location, electric utilities. So this kind of data set they have inside this data set, this kind of data inside this data set. So you can use this kind of features to ask the ChatGPT to give how many graph you can use it. Okay. So explain the bar graph is for distribution electrical, number of electrical vehicle. If you are using the pie chart, the proportion of vehicle based on what, distribution of electrical for histogram, geographic plots, the map of vehicle location, line graph, distribution of electric box graph, box plot. So, and then the ChatGPT will ask what kind of graph you want to show. Okay. And I ask, show me the graph for number 4. So dia dah bagi dah graph ni, scattered plot graph about electric range. Okay. So give, and then I ask them again, I ask the ChatGPT to give 5 other graphs. So dia akan pilih 5 graf and then dia start untuk visualizekan dia dan dia akan keluarkan 5 graf tersebut. Ini sangat-sangat sesuai untuk student-student yang dalam proses untuk menganalisis data, okay, for student in doing masters or PhD, or maybe some undergraduate student are doing their dissertation. So you can use this kind of technologies or AI tools that you can use, okay. So dia boleh automatically plot semua sekali apa data-data yang kita nak. You can use that to use for your work, okay. Not only for the student, also for the workers who are doing, like say in administrative, or you are doing in finance, or you're doing in HR. So sometimes you have a lot of report you want to use. So some of the data you want to plot it. So you can use this kind of tools in the ChatGPT to use it. Okay. Ini salah satu yang digunakan menggunakan ChatGPT. Another one is how to menggunakan ChatGPT dengan Quillbot supaya you boleh reducekan in term of AI punya detector lah. Ini salah satu cara dia. So let's say you have an work as an academic writer, you have been tasked, blah 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 blah. So nanti you akan dapat results from your ChatGPT punya results. Article about what? So yang ni kita tanya dia pengaan dengan outline macam saya tunjukkan tadi. Kemudian minta dia create a paragraph about introduction, write down about introduction in let's say 150 words. With academic tone. Sometimes you can use what kind of tone you want to use for the ChatGPT to give you some answers. Is it in academic tone or fun tone or professional tones? So you can use that kind of things. Okay, and then you put in the Quillbot. Okay, so you can use this Quillbot to paraphrasing or Grammarly. You can use that kind of tools, AI tools, to rephrase all the AI that been created by ChatGPT, and then you copy, and then you can check with AI detection GPT0.me. So you can test if this can be used as all the by AI, or it's just AI plus human. Okay. So you get the result is 53% is probably text by written by AI. So another 47 is written by human. So it's not the 100% AI. If you want to bypass this kind of things. Okay. Another thing is you can use data interpreter. If you are looking for presentation, okay, if you are doing your presentation, let's say you want to create a PowerPoint, okay, you can use the Tommy app. Much easier for you, okay? You can try. You can use from this kind of template, or you can use their AI itself, okay? You can choose what kind of templates you want to use. Personal, marketing, teams, all kind of this kind of things to do your presentation in PowerPoint or whatsoever. Okay. Okay, this is my account, and then if you want to create, this is where the magics come, where you can create a presentation about what, and then you just put it into your, you can command into the section, and then it automatically create all this PowerPoint you want to use it. Example, so you can have how many pages you want for this kind of presentation. Okay. And then you create the outline, and you can you can change the outline if you don't like that kind of outline, the suggestion outline by AI. Okay. You can add another slide or you can delete that slide. Okay, it depends on you lah. So this is the outline, and then when you continue, they automatically create all this the slides for you. This is Tommy app. Okay. You can export to the PDF or duplicate based on this kind of AI. And then the other one is you can use Gamma app to create a presentation. Okay, same as Tommy app. Let's say I want to ask about 5G bow antenna presentation. So they give you the outline. If you don't like the outline, you can change the outline. And then you can pick up the themes, what kind of themes you want, whether it's black or blue, whatever themes they give you, they suggest it to you. There's a lot of themes you can use. And then you continue. And then the magics happen where the AI do the work for you to create your presentation. It's much easier. And then you can download it into whether PDF or PowerPoints. So you can use it to do for your presentation. Okay. This is Gamma app. You also can edit the presentation itself. You can edit your PowerPoint after this if you don't like some of the slide. Maybe you want to add additional information or you want to delete some information on that. You want to put your results and discussion on it. So this is the way the idea come where you create this kind of presentation. So let's say you are a student or you are lecturers or you are business, your HR, SEO, travel agency, if you are doing a presentation, so you can use this kind of AI tools to present your work. Okay. Sometimes you don't have any idea, so you can use this kind of AI tools to give you some of the works, and then you can add results or discussion or whatsoever you want to put inside your presentation. As I mentioned before, you can export into a PowerPoint and also a PDF. Okay. Another thing is I want to show you the for education purposes. This one thing is Wolfram Alpha. This is computational, so you can use it for free. This is where you can ask whatever question about mathematics, science, engineering, whatever you want to ask. You can use this Wolfram Alpha, and they give you the way the results and also the step by step to do, like say like plot x plot this kind of mathematics order, and then they automatically do the work. It's good for the student actually if you want to learn. Okay. So this is the result they're using the Wolfram Alpha. Okay. This is more on maths or science. You can change, and then what happened, they will give you the results automatically. Okay. This is Wolfram Alpha. And then you have, for those who are doing, another thing is in presentation, before I forgot, is using the Canva itself. I know some of you have used this Canva, but in Canva itself, they have an AI for presentation, AI for doing anything you want. So let's say you want to do the presentation or PowerPoint using Canva. So you can go for canva.com, sign in for free. So this free version, so you can use it. There's a lot of template, business website. The Canva itself can create a website for you. Okay. And also you have social media posts. You can have a whiteboard document, whatever, using the Canva. So brainstorm presentation, game presentation, what kind of presentation you can use it. Okay. Let's say you want to create a presentation from the scratch, blank. Okay. And then what you can do, if you, let's say you want to use a template, you can use a template. If you don't want to use the template, you can use the magic design. Okay, click the Canva assistant, go to magic design, and type what the topic you want. Let's say AI application for engineering. Okay, and then sit down, and then you can choose the design, the template they give it to you. So you can see this is of your presentation. They give you some basic of information. So you can create your presentation and ta-da. So this kind of AI tools that you can use to increase your productivity in your life, in your work. So at the same time, you can edit what kind of pictures you want to use, what kind of shapes, what kind of you can edit your presentation using Canva itself. Okay, and also you can present it directly from Canva itself. Okay, this is Canva for presentation, right? And then the other one is Google Workspace. This is some of Google AI that you use. So, but you need to subscribe or you need to sign in for the Google Workspace Lab. This is the test version or beta version at the moment, where they use an AI to help you to do your work. Okay, you will see you need to go to Workspace Lab sign up. So you need to sign up first. This is experimental process. Early access to test features that been changed over time. So you can use it for the purpose of experiment. If I'm not mistaken, Microsoft Copilot also have do this kind of testing. But right now, it had been told by Microsoft you need to subscribe for Microsoft Copilot AI. But at the moment, when you're using the Google Doc or Google Slide or Google Sheet, you are free to use with the AI, but you need to subscribe for Workspace Lab sign up. Okay, so you can see the example. Elevator pitch about my roller skate. So just click and then they give you some of idea whether you can use this or not, and then you can put it, and then you can continue writing. Help me writing about what? Okay. So you need to sign up for Google Workspace. Sorry. So you need to sign up with Google Workspace, and then you can go testing in Google Doc. Help me write about what? Let's say I'm asking about article, to write an article or write a paragraph about 5G communication implementation in Malaysia and impact to user. So they are trying the process right now. Okay. So this is some of the results. They give it to you. You also can refine this paragraph or not if you want to refine. Okay. And then you can add your another paragraph, or you can use what kind of you want to ask about outline for this one. Create an outline about this one. Okay. So they give you some outline automatically. Okay, this is a Google Doc. Another one is if you want to use as in Google Slide. Okay, whereby in Google Slide, let's say you use one of these template. I'm using my previous talk. What you can do is you can give some visualization, asking the AI what kind of image you want and put it into your slide. Let's say an AI image of robot, human head. Okay. So you create, let's say, one in watercolor or image, depends on you. And then you can copy and paste into your slide. Okay. copy and paste into your slide. Okay, this is what the Google Workspace AI are using. So you can subscribe and you can try it for free right now. I don't know, maybe in the future they need to subscribe like Microsoft Copilot. If not mistaken, you need to subscribe 365 with an AI for Microsoft Copilot. Okay, the same way as Google Doc and Google Sheet and Google Slide, they're using the AI to help you to do your work. Okay. Another thing is for students who are using vocal remover, or you are in sound engineering, or you are doing your you are doing your assignment. One of it you can use is using the vocal remover. Name is lalal.ai. So you can upload your audio. Okay, you upload your audio. You have a free version up to, if I'm not mistaken, 10 minutes, something like that. So you can upload. Okay, you can choose what separation you want, vocal and instrument, drum, bass, or whatever. Okay, so when you upload, they're processing. So you can have a test or you can process the entire. So you process a bit slow, depends on the internet itself. So they will automatically differentiate between the vocal and the instrument. Okay, you can try this after this in lalal.ai. Okay, for if you want to create, if you are a content creator, or if you want to use to create audio for your assignment, let's say your lecturers or your teachers want to use to create a video, or using an video with an AI, and using a music, you can generate a music itself by going to mubert.com. So you can choose whatever track you want. This is a free version. You can use it. You can ask for genre, what genre you want, hip hop or garage, industrial, techno. So what kind of mood you want? Is it fun, calm, acoustic, or activities? What kind of activities you want? Ambient, brown noise, forest, is up to you. And then it will automatically create for you. Okay. And then you set the duration, and then you try generate. Let's say I'm generate for a sports cardio for, let's say, 45 seconds. So they will create this kind of audio. So you can try it after this, mobert.com. Okay, for let's say if you are doing some research, you can use the chat PDF to ask your questions. For if you are using chat PDF, you can upload your PDF and ask the PDF itself what you want to ask. Okay, let's say 28 gigahertz horn antenna. So you can ask what is this frequency for the proposed, what is kind of antenna, what kind of summary for this kind of paper you want. So this is what some of the tools you can use to do your work. Also not for student only, for all of other workers in other areas, such as in, let's say, law firm, or let's say you are doing marketing, business, HR. So you can use this kind of tools to do your work productivity. So let's say some of your client give you a report in PDF, let's say 100 pages, or you have an ebook for 100 pages. You can ask the chat PDF whatever you want to ask. What is the key point of these books? What is the key point of this PDF? What is what, blah, 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 blah. You can ask all about things in the chat PDF. Okay. This is one of good tools you can use. Okay. Another one is connected papers. If you are using literature review, you are focusing on literature review. So you want to try to find a lot of papers. So you can use this kind of tools named as connected papers. So you can ask, let's say, you're focusing on photovoltaic solar cell, and then you build the graph, and then you can see a lot of graph regarding the photovoltaic solar cell. And also you can know the years from where it had been used and how many people cited. If you see the ball is big and black, so it's more people cited that like this 2378 citation have been used. And then if you go to smaller ball, the citation is low. So you can use this kind of uh, AI tools to do your works in your literature review, focusly on literature review. Okay. Another thing is sorry. Another thing, if Humata is also the like chat PDF. You can upload your PDF, and then you can ask what kind of Humata PDF, and then you can ask what kind of information from the PDF you want. Okay, so this is what the Humata will describe and log into where the information from this AI, from this PDF. Okay, this AI will help you to search for the certain area you want. Okay, this is Humata AI, like chat PDF. Another one, if you are focusing on, let's say, SciSpace. SciSpace is also one of the tools for education. You can upload your PDF, okay, or you can find your scientific papers in the SciSpace, and then you can open in your PDF, and then you can ask, let's say you can want to find the latest one in 2020, and then open your PDF, and then you can ask whatever information from this size space from this PDF. Okay, and also you can highlight which area you want. Let's say you want to highlight about this graph. So ask the PDF, ask the PDF what is this graph for. They will explain to you this kind of things that size space can be used. Okay, and also you can highlight some of the equation if you want to ask about equation. Okay, this is size space. Another thing, if you are looking for image eraser or remover, or some of you are doing, let's say, project or what, you can use Magic Eraser, Magic Studio / Magic Eraser, so you can delete what kind of image you want to delete. Okay. This remove in seconds. So example, you have a cast in here, and then you can highlight that, and then you can remove it. So this kind of AI tools can use it to help you to improve in term of, let's say, you are doing the photography, you are doing in photography degree, or you are doing you take a picture for your assignment. So this kind of thing can help you to improve your assignment. Okay, Magic Studio. Mobat done, and then connected papers are Duolingo. If you are trying to learn a new language, you can use this Duolingo, where you can learn a lot of languages in the world, such as Spain, Spanish, or you can learn Spanish, or what kind of languages you want to learn. Okay, Korean, Spanish, French. So they will learn step by step from the beginning. So like this one, you click, okay, they can know which one is the correct tone and correct answer. Okay, all right. This is Duolingo. Focus on for those who are doing languages. Okay, and also if you have this is Elicit, the mistaken is the AI research assistant. You can ask what kind of research paper you want to search. Let's say about the latest research in EV car battery. So they will show up your papers and give some abstract, the short abstract about this paper. And then you can rearrange into the latest one from the latest one of this research. You can filter it for only has a PDF and filter it based on the years. Okay, so you can use these kind of things. And also you can click for the intervention outcome measure for each paper you want to use, and number of participants. This is based on maybe some of you are doing in social science, maybe you need some of numbers of participants that been used in this paper, maybe 100 or 1,000 or 500 people have been used in this kind of project. So this is the elicit for the much more focus on review paper. Okay, you can export all this paper into the CSV file in your Excel file if you have choose the right paper you want to use. Okay, right. This is Elicit, and then if you are doing, let's say, AI reviewer. This is one of tools you can use if you want to submit your papers into your journal. You can ask AI reviewer. At this time is a free version. After this, maybe will be you need to subscribe it. So you can upload your file in there, and then you can choose what kind of journal you want, or they can suggest you what kind of journal you want. If you are postgraduate or undergraduate student, you can use this kind of things to do your work. If your supervisor or your lecturer want you to ask you to produce a paper and want to target into submit into the certain area, let's say let's not in network system, computer engineering, or whatever background you're using. So you can use this as a guideline for you. Okay, and then they will process. After you upload this paper, they will process and give you what is the novelty of your paper. Okay, what is the similarity of publication from previous one? What kind of similarity? So this one, the similarity of from this project, 78%. And then they give you what kind of title they can suggest to you. So you can use this kind of feedback to improve your paper itself. Okay, or for the some of your, you can ask the AI to review your paper itself actually. Okay, if you have a job to review a paper, you can upload the paper, and then the AI reviewer will review that paper. Okay, this is AI reviewer. And then you have what research review from Xmind. Xmind is good if you are doing for having to get some outline of your project. Let's say you want to have a photovoltaic solar cell as a future clean energy, and then tada, they give you like a mind map. Okay, This is a mind map. If you don't like, you can change the mind map. Inside this generate articles. You can click this one, and then will generate all the introduction overview for each the branch of the mind map itself. Okay. This is all from the GPT-3 API. So what they're doing is they create the apps or website and then call the ChatGPT 3.5 API, and then they use this API to help this website to use these AI tools. So much easier for the users to use this website after the developer using the ChatGPT API. Okay, so as you can see, they generate automatically. And then if you don't like, you can change. Okay, you can change, revise this mind map if you don't like. So they will revise the whole mind map and create new one. And then at the same time, you can use it to get all the uh, same as before. You can generate all the articles for each branches you want. Okay, that is Xmind. And then I think that's all for this one. Do you have any question? If you can ask me, if you want to ask me.
Okay, we open to the floor for questions, question and answer. Anybody want to ask? I think it's a very informative, Dr. Azrisha. In fact, the educator also can use ChatGPT, for our presentation, for our daily work,
Yeah,
etc.
can.
It's very informative. So, any student, any question from the participants? Anybody want to ask question? Ada? There's one from Nur Hisham. Okay, Nur Hisham, can you unmute yourself and probably forward your question to Dr. Azlika?
Yeah, Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell is there any ChatGPT website besides OpenAI?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you tell if there's any ChatGPT website besides OpenAI?
Okay, is it from Umpri, isn't it? Taikon Drus, yeah. Okay, Drus.
Yes,
There is an option of using rather than ChatGPT. You can use Cloud AI. Let me show you. Sekejap, Syam. Let me show you some of the Cloud AI. This is like the ChatGPT. Can you see my presentation? Okay, this Cloud AI can be used same as ChatGPT, but some of you maybe can access and some of you cannot access. If you cannot access, what you can do is to download the VPN apps and put it into the US and UK server so you can access this Cloud AI. Cloud AI is from Anthropics from 2023 on June. So you can try this. Let's say you have a 5G communication, same as ChatGPT. You can ask write an introduction of 5G communication in Malaysia with 5G communication. 5G communication with 5 references using IEEE citation style. Okay. And then the Anthropics cloud, they will give you some of these example, and then give you the what you want to ask, and then they give you the answers. Okay. The Anthropics much slower, but they give you a good one in terms of references. They do the work you ask, and then they give you the references if you want to ask it about it. Okay, it's much easier. Okay, Bruce. Okay, so Sham, may I know?
Okay, thank you. Just have a question, one question. Because just now you show a lot of AI tool that can create and generate text and image. Is there any copyright issue regarding on that when we use the tool?
Since the AI is a free content, there is no copyright issue because they create based on their knowledge, and also they create a new content. Let's say, like I previously mentioned, if you are creating a text to audio, yeah, like just now, so there is no copyright issue on that audio. Same as text to text, text to image, you can use it without any copyright contents. Other question?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Hisham. Any other question?
Okay, any other question? We open for another question or two for those who are interested to ask. Okay, so I believe there is no question. So thank you very much to Dr. Azlisha for a very informative presentation on the AI in academics, specifically on how to use the ChatGPT in the end, right? So it's very informative. I think it's very interesting, right? If you have any question at all after this, probably you can straight away email to Dr. Azlisha personally. Right, so then Dr. Azlisha will be happy to answer all the questions lah from the email. Okay, I think that's about it for this morning session. Okay, for all participants of the mobility program, don't forget to attend another session which is in the afternoon today about robotic. Right. So with this, I would like to thank Dr. Azlisha
Thank you very much, Dr.
for
Sadikin.
the
Maybe
very
we need to take some pictures.
Okay. Then can everybody switch on your webcam so that we can take picture? Okay, everybody. Yeah. All right. Okay. 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 So I'm going to take. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Thank you very much to Dr. Azlisha
Thank you very much.
for your time, giving us a very interesting presentation. Okay. And with this, we end our session. Okay. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Thank you.